SM Jazz Trio, Supernova Jazz version. I saw the thumbnail, I saw the name, and I was like, yo, this is different. I don't know if it will be or not, but let's check it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Flashing lights for you at-home ravers. Beware. Yes! I loved that. Now, I do want to see, though. Let's see here. Okay. I love this type of music. I love this type of music. I told you, one of my happy places that I kind of fantasize about, I don't like to go out much as it is, but I friggin' do because adult. I love at least the idea of the jazz lounge, the bar, the dark bar with the mahogany and the dim lights, the muted light. You got an old fashioned sitting in the back on a puffy purple chair, and there's this type of music playing up there, and everybody shuts up so you can appreciate it. In a perfect world, it's a grand piano and a young lady in a red dress just belting it out. Ooh, I love that. Now, I love this music. My wife does not like this music. She does not like jazz in any stretch of any universe because she says it feels like every person on the stage is doing a solo at the same time for 18 minutes. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I kind of love that. I'm a little bit of a musician myself, and I appreciate the fact that you can let go of the song, but yet still stay within the song. And with all the musicians on stage, you're all kind of freestyling within the left and right lateral limits of that song. So you might know the chorus feels like this. We're in the key of G. And then everybody understands the scales that they can utilize to stay within that realm of G. And then when it's time, we come back to the chorus. Everybody comes back down. We're in sync again, or Backstreet Boys. And then we can float back out, freestyle, go wherever we want to go. And then we come back. I kind of love the beauty of that. This felt like that, and I only really have one critique. Now, there's no lyrics, there's no words. There is absolutely a feeling. We have these three individuals playing. And you just kind of let the feeling tell the story. And whatever story the viewer wants to come up with, the listener wants to come up with, like, it's just feel the vibe. It's all you have to do. Now, part of the trickery and complexity of directing a music video like this is, okay, so I got no lyrics, so maybe not really a story that we're trying to tell. And I got three people playing instruments. How do I make this a video? That's tricky. It can be complex. To me, the way they put this video together does not do the group service. The effects used to me are really subpar. It takes away from the actual audible talent that you can hear on this. Like, you can hear how talented these guys are. But then to go from like, okay, this is fine, all good, but then, okay, this is going to be a 3.5 minute video. We got to find a way to keep their attention. So how do we do that? Okay, we can change the colors a little bit. Okay, not terrible. That is a technique. Now this, no, absolutely not. To me, it feels like there should have been more effort put into telling this story. We say, well, there's no story, so how can you do that? You can, though. I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? Instead of putting these guys in this warehouse, changing the colors here and there, doing an occasional effect from 1999. Instead, what if you see this color palette right here where it's like a dark and a gold, and it just kind of has that golden hour feel, like before sunrise, after sunset. It has that feel. Instead of this, what if we go to a bar. Rent the place for a night. Put these cats on stage and put a couple things around the room that kind of highlight generally what this vibe includes. For example, let's say in the back left on one of the tables, we have a napkin with an old fashioned on it, a glass of bourbon, right? It's kind of half drank. Maybe there's a wine glass with a lipstick on the thing, half drank. Nobody's sitting there, but that's there. The condensation dripping down the glass. What if we start the first phase of this and let's do a one shot? Let's call it a oneer. These guys start off, we are literally watching them on stage, and maybe we even start with a shot like this, like they do, but they're on the stage of this bar. The darkness, the lights in just the right places, and we just float with the camera to experience these three guys in one camera flow from person to person to person in this lounge, okay? The fact that you can hear his fingers sliding up and down the strings, that is tactile. That's texture. I want the camera at some moment when you can hear his fingers sliding up and down the strings, because the strings, if you didn't know this, the strings of a cello, actually, I have to say, I'm assuming this. The strings on a guitar, most of them are kind of ribbed. They're wound. So when you move your fingers, it gives like a little squeak almost, because it's ribbed. I have to assume the cello, at least the thickest strings, are the same way, and that's why you get that sound when the hand is moving. Listen. You hear it? So at some point when he does that, I want the camera to show where that texture is coming from, and that helps pull the viewer in and feel like they are literally on the stage watching this guy's fingers move down the neck. Sweet. Now, the next thing you're going to hear is the drummer. Perfect. The float is perfect so far. Now, rather than cut to the piano, I would rather travel there organically, even if we have to kind of like see the drumsticks and see the set and then slowly pull back until we get to the piano and then watch the fingers on the keys. I want you to take that journey with me. But all we've shown you so far are these three guys on the stage and you're feeling the music. But eventually, when we decide we've been here long enough, I like the idea of slowly kind of beginning to kind of break that wall of immersion with the group and then start to kind of peel back and see the arena that they're working in, this lounge or this bar. And it does have that dark quality, the dim lights. You might see, like, there's not a lot of movement, not a lot of people. It's quiet, it's intimate. But as we peel back, we maybe come through the glass of bourbon and the half-drank wine glass with the lipstick on it. There's maybe a story there that fits within the music, but you kind of put the pieces together in your head. Ooh, what's the story of those two glasses? Did that date end well or did it not? We don't know. But there's still a texture there. It breaks away from the music. You can still hear it. You can still feel it. It still fits within the scene. But as we go back to that glass and you see that drip of condensation, you realize not much time has passed. These people could still be here somewhere. Now, it's not a conscious thought, but they're things that enter your brain that keep your brain within the moment of the video and keep you entertained. It's a very complex but creative way to keep the viewer interested without having to do a whole bunch of work with like visual effects and special effects and practicals. You're creating a scene that they have to fill in the blanks with, right? And then as we peel through, maybe we can slide by a couple that's like whispering to each other or whatever. And there's a little bit of activity, but the idea is to travel through this one scene and allow the music to fill that space and allow the viewer's imagination to fill in the gaps without using like, now it's red, now it's blue, boo, boo, boo. No. Just my 2 cents. But this right here, I love it. And I would absolutely download their whole album because I love this stuff and these guys know what they're doing.